And let's look at why this really matters for your relationships, both at work and outside. When we're depleted, we often have a lot less capacity for others, right? I know myself, we can get more irritable, less patience, more reactive, and less emotional available. This can have a huge impact on our work performance, how well we can get on with our colleagues, but also with our family and friends. And many relationships issues aren't always just because of that dynamic itself. Sometimes there are energy problems from being depleted, and that demands are constantly higher than the resources you actually have. And it's difficult to compensate when you're actually exhausted, or to do that thing your kids ask you when you just need a moment to rest, right? Or to take another demand from your employees. Our creativity go down, our flexibility go down, our ability to take in new perspectives and ideas go down. Healthy relationship require two people who regularly are able to recharge themselves. Otherwise, there's nothing to give, right? So let's look at some practical exercises that you can do if you're listening to this right now. What are some of the non-negotiable well-being investments in you that you won't negotiate on, that you have to have space for? Choose maybe 3 or 5. Examples could be 8 hours of sleep. Get off your phone in good time so your melatonin from 8 o'clock can start getting up. Again, don't look at blue lights from screens or the ones you have on inside. Have one to take away the blue cast the nose, right? That helps melatonin start coming and us have a good sleep rhythm. So disengage from the screens after 8 p.m. Make sure you get these 8 hours of sleep. Minimum 20 hours outside daily in nature, walking, exercising. Just get outside to move and have some nature time. Exercise at least 3 times a week. It's a bare minimum with all the sitting down, transport to and from work, sitting in front of computers like I'm doing right now. It's just so much time we sit down and stare at screens, which is not how our body or brain or emotional center were wired for that world. And make sure at least have one meaningful social connection weekly, minimum. More the better. Social connections is one of the best resilience tools and what we can do for our well-being over time. And make sure you have at least one screen-free evening. These are just some suggestions, but take in yourself and think about what are some of my non-negotiables to continue to maintain and restore. Then ask yourself, what can I stop doing to create space for these? Because we often say, oh, there's no space, there's no time. Because a work-life balance isn't about finding more time. There isn't more time. It's about choosing differently and reprioritizing what you're choosing. Yeah. So let's look at some of the takeaways today. Rest is not laziness. It's a necessity to continue to function. Recharge time is an investment, not a reward. Small daily habits compound over years, and it's far more important than what you can push through this week. Don't optimize for today at the expense of tomorrow. Think in decades, not days. Protect the things that protect your well-being. So before we close, if you could continue living exactly as you are today for the next 10 years, where would it take you? And perhaps more importantly, what small changes could your future self thank you for starting today?